The new moon on Thursday, May 25th, 2017, is at 4 degrees Gemini. With no major planetary aspects to this new moon, the backdrop of fixed stars and their constellations is our main source of interpretation. In general, a new moon represents the end of one cycle and the beginning of a new 28-day lunar cycle, whereas this is an excellent time for making a fresh start, turning over a new leaf, or starting any new project. Whereas all possibilities are on the table as you put yourself at the center of plans for the future. The influence of this new moon lasts for 4 weeks up to the next new moon on June 23rd, 2017. However, the most advantageous period for commencing such new manifestations is during the first 2 weeks of its cycle. This new moon is in the sign of Gemini, but is overlapped by the constellation of Taurus. This precise overlapping section is where the Hyades fixed star cluster is located. Dating back to around 15,000 BC, this cluster of stars is commonly referred to as the rainy stars, which indicates tears and sorrows from misfortune and tragedy. The Hyades star cluster is a group of 6 stars, and it is said that they give tears, sudden events, violence, fierceness, poisoning, and contradictions of fortune. This can also bring negative thinking and also a tendency toward depression. Hyades is also linked to a staggering increase in sexual urge, self-preservation and greed, a dissolute life, excessive and licentious ways. Also a yearn for prestige, leading to power politics, insomuch as power and strength must not be used to exploit other human beings. A liking for higher education is hampered by misfortune. This list of misfortune includes sickness, disgrace, poor sight and eye injuries, head injuries, murder, and violent death. Despite not making any major planetary aspects, there are, however, two minor aspects to this new moon, one being Sun conjunct Moon, which provides us with an invigorating burst of energy and initiative in commencing any new manifestations as aforementioned earlier. Another minor aspect includes Venus square Pluto, which is the strongest minor aspect. This would trigger irritating and annoying situations regarding your love life or finances that can cause you to act. These situations or events can have a profound effect on your love life. Power and control issues may arise in existing relationships. Simmering tensions may come to the surface as some manipulative behaviors such as jealousy or possessiveness. At the root of such behaviors would be a deeply buried fear or insecurities about not being loved or valued. Threats and ultimatums are possible if either partner feels smothered or controlled. Any unhealthy relationships may break down, which would be painful or dramatic. Well-based relationships will withstand the intensity, but there would still be some kind of transformation to improve such relationship dynamics. Having said this, it may seem as though our future is bleak. While not disregarding such notions, being aware of these planetary influences and aspects provide us with the upper hand in recognizing, all the while preventing, such emotional triggers and mishaps from consciously coming to fruition. Now, following this jovial and auspicious introduction, is your spread for the May 2017 new moon in Gemini. Gemini, Gemini, we meet again. No, I'm just kidding. But, okay, so, how are we doing? I hope we're doing okay. So, I just wanted to let everyone know how thankful I am for all the subscribing and the sharing and everything of this nature. And it's been great. Channel's growing. It's our space, It's good to see that it's growing and people actually, watching and liking, and I really do appreciate it, guys. So these are really big cards here, so try my best to shuffle them. So we have this new moon coming up, and let's see. Hope it's a good one. Usually it always is. It's a good time for a fresh start, turning over a new leaf, starting over again. New moons are always pretty great for us. So let's go and shuffle here, and remember, my deal is still going on in terms of the XoXo Special. So go and take advantage of that. I'll leave a description in the link. A link in the description again. That has to do with the this special. It's still going on until June 1st, I believe. So, okay, one more shuffle and we'll get started. Right. Guardian angels of love and light, ancestors lost and known in the seas of time, please intercede into this reading to provide Gemini with the clarity and direction as to which he or she seeks. And please grant me, the reader, the objectivity to read the cards and relay the messages as they are meant to be. Okay, Gemini, we're doing something a little bit different. Not my usual little put together. Just going to see what Spirit has for you guys today and see what's going on. Okay. So, the Two of Wands. Okay. So, Gemini, what is it that you're trying to manifest? Seems like you're in the right direction. Yep. Seems like things are going okay. Maybe Seven of Discs. Starting a new relationship, maybe, or trying out new things. Oh, okay, they just keep popping out. The Nine of Discs in reverse. So it's going to be a 6-card spread here. Something simple, nothing too crazy. Okay, so, all right. So this thing that you're trying to manifest, you're not really in hopes that it may be great, right? I feel like you're sort of taking somewhat of a leap of faith or trying to, leap of faith. What did I just say? Spirit's so funny how they work with us. So, I feel like, yeah, we're trying to take this leap of faith and see how things are going to transpire for us. Three of Cups. All right, Gemini, they're just popping out. Don't even have time to even speak or talk about these things. Well, I mean, from the looks of things, I think that everything looks okay. I feel like you're starting to maybe come out of a little bit of pessimistic thinking or patterns, maybe per se. But I also kind of feel, Gemini, you're kind of feeling like maybe this decision or this new leaf, you're not really sure if it's going to maybe manifest properly or if it's going to be viable, right? The Nine of Discs in reverse here is really sort of like the Nine of Pentacles. It's really starting to kind of stick out for me in terms of where this is going. I feel like you maybe are unsure if this idea or this situation that's coming to pass, blank card, I'll describe this card in a bit, is maybe going to work out for you. But I feel like this is something that needs to happen for you, Gemini. I feel like this is something that is going to be, it's going to be good, Gemini, but I kind of feel as though it's going to be what you make of it in a sense. I feel like you're going to have to make a decision as to which direction you want to go with this. The Nine of Discs in reverse is sticking out in terms of you're not sure if it's going to be something that is going, it's going to be a foundation for you. I feel like you're kind of in the up and down. That's how you're kind of feeling about it. And I believe that you shouldn't really worry about it in terms of the outcome, because what's going to happen is what's going to transpire. And I feel like this is going to be a good leap of faith, you know, for you. And I also feel that with the Three of Cups here, that everything is going to turn out the way that it's meant to be, Gemini, and there's no really reason or no point in trying to control the outcome. Yes, we have an idea as to how we want it to transpire and how we want it to work out for us, but at the same time, we have to remember that there are a lot of outside influences that are going to control or steer this manifestation into its own direction. But you must remember that we took this leap of faith, or you, I should say. When I say we, most of the time I mean you, meaning me and you together, because, I'm here giving you the reading. But I feel like this is something that needed to be done, and you do have the creative power in terms of creating it and making sure that it does gets kickstarted into the manner as to which you do hope that it does. I see, a lot of discs here, a lot of wands too as well. But I feel, Gemini, that you need to remain positive in your thinking, and you need to remember that it is what is, like I'm saying, is how it is going to turn out is how it's going to. But a lot of it has to do with your thinking, and a lot of it has to do with how you plan on making this happen. And I feel also, Gemini, that we must remember to not forget the people that are around during this time that actually help give us, direction and guidance, whoever it is that you do seek to provide that for you. And we must remember that we can't leave those people behind. And we must always remember that they're the reason maybe as to why we've been strong up to a certain point in terms of their guidance and in terms of the things that they provide for us. And new opportunities are going to come, and new opportunities are going to present themselves, but we must remember that we can't leave those people behind, or maybe choose to maybe not give them some of the respect, or maybe some of the attention that they gave us throughout this journey, or throughout this manifestation that we would like to proceed with. And I feel like you're waiting on something, and it is going to be great. I really do have that feeling. But this Nine of Discs here is really worrying me. It's making me think that you are very unsure that this is going to be great. And right above it, we have the blank card, or as I like to call it, because this card is representative of, it's like the feather in the wind. We must go with the situations that, come at hand and that are given to us, and we must steer it in the right direction. And it does begin with, it begins with our, method of thinking and how we move forward within the situation. And the Seven of Discs here is also here to remind you that to never give up, to keep pushing forward. Because you must see that everything that you do have right now it's there for a reason, and it's there because it's meant to be there to help you move forward and to help you manifest, this Two of Wands here. This is the start of a creative venture, of having that stamina, of having that movement, of moving forward, and having that idea of, okay, this is how we're going to do it. Great, that's wonderful. But the Fool here is also reminding you that while you're taking this leap of faith, while you're making this movement, you must be optimistic. And you have to remain optimistic of what will come of it. This Nine of Discs in reverse here is really just sticking out to me. I'm not sure why, but it's really just kind of, it's speaking to me in terms of the foundation that is going to be created because of this. You can't have doubts of it, and you can't really say, you know what, I'm not sure if this is going to be the right thing. What if it doesn't work out exactly how I want it to? What if I can't lay it down? Or what if I'm without this one thing, but then I have these other things? It's okay, Gemini, because if you don't have that one thing that you really do desire, everything else that comes of it is going to be there. And then that's another thing to work towards. You know, it's all about integration. It's not all about everything is going to be presented to you on a silver platter and just it's all going to be there for your taking, because then comes complacency. And then, you know, complacency can be a great thing sometimes. Then it can, you know, also be not so favorable, because then we become comfortable. Then we don't really have a reason to move, you know? We don't really have a reason to want to move forward, and we don't have a reason to continue to move forward. Because then with complacency, you know, comes sort of being lazy in a sense. What's the reason to move forward? Why would we want to? And the blank card here is just reminding you that everything is going to be okay. But what are you going to paint on this card, you know? This is going to be your future, but what are you going to make of it? And how are things going to transpire? And it all starts with what you write on this canvas. The tools, you know, that are given to you. Look right here with the 7 of discs here, the tools that are given to you right here. This is how things are going to work out. And these are the tools that are going to be given to you in order to give you, you know, that rite of passage to write what it is that you need to write on top of this canvas. You need to remain, you know, optimistic. You need to remain in that good faith. Because whatever comes, it's going to come. That's how we learn, Gemini, and that's how we move forward with our next venture, is because we learn from our mistakes. And if everything is not going to come the way that you really want it to, or that you envisioned it to come, that's fine. Don't worry about it. Okay? We need to keep moving forward, and we need to remember that it is what it is. And I feel like this new moon is going to be a good one for you, because it's going to teach you that, you know, everything that's painted, you know, that's painted gold isn't necessarily going to shine, and this necessarily isn't going to be gold or something of substance. It's all about perception, Gemini. And this leap of faith, you know, that you did take, and this leap of faith that's there for you, because I feel like you took it, and that's good, because that's, you know, that's one of your qualities where you just jump right in, which is great. It's not a bad thing. It can be, but not when you have the vision of how to move forward, or the vision of how things are going to be put together, because everything has a source and everything has its end. And when it ends, it goes back to the source. That's sort of like the 3 of Cups here. That's what it's reminding you of, that this, you know, these waterfalls right here, they all come from the same source. See if you can see at the top there. They all come from that main source of water, and they all drip down, or they all fall down, I should say. And they all get collected, you know, to the bottom there, and then they come right back up to the source, and then they fall right back down again. We must remember that. But I'm feeling that we must not forget the people that were there for us during this time. And we must not forget to also take a little bit of time out of our day to thank them, and just to acknowledge them, and give them, you know, that props and that praise, that thank you for everything that you have done, and I haven't forgotten about you. Just give those kind words to them, because they could have really helped you during this time to see, you know, the future, or to see how you're going to move forward, by giving you, you know, these bits of information that will help you move forward, or that helped you and assisted you in it. And it's okay. Don't be fearful of what the foundation is going to be, because you took that leap of faith for a reason, because you maybe didn't have somewhat of that foundation that you maybe wanted, but that's why you took that leap of faith, is so that you can then bring a new foundation in. But you can't be doubtful of the new foundation if it hasn't even laid itself out yet. Right, Gemini? So this video is pretty short. I just feel like I would want to get this message out to you guys, and this is what Spirit presented to you. So hold in there, you know, hold on. You'll be fine. You've already created what it is that you needed to create, and you found that it's all connected together. Just like the two of Wands here. This was a good card. This was your first card. It was good. It was a good start. It means you have that creative passion and you know how you want to move forward. But don't forget to don't be doubtful of the infrastructure that you're building. That's the most important part. Okay, Gemini? All right. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed the reading, and don't forget to take advantage of the special I have going on. Thanks. Libra, what's up? Okay, just wanted to take a second to thank everyone. Thank you guys for all of the subscribers and subscribing and sharing and liking and things of this nature. The channel's growing and it's great. It's wonderful. We're creating our space, you know, to come in and enjoy everything that comes to pass and that manifests. And I just wanted to thank everyone. You know, it's been great, guys. It's been a journey for all of us, right? Shoot. But yeah, just wanted to thank you guys. I appreciate it, and keep liking, keep subscribing, keep, you know, sharing these videos, because, you know, they're only going to get better. They help guide everyone, and I really do appreciate it, guys. So this is just for the new moon in Gemini. I decided to start with the air signs given Gemini. But yeah, so just going to give a couple more shuffles here. Get started. Also, remember to take advantage of the XoXo Special that I have. I'll leave a little link in the description to my website, and go ahead and get signed up. Take advantage of a little deal going on until June. So yeah, Libra, let's get one more shuffle and we'll see what's going on with you, or what this new moon would bring, right? Okay. Guardian angels of love and light, ancestors lost and known in the seas of time, please intercede into this reading to provide Libra with the clarity and direction as to which he or she seeks, and please grant me, the reader, the objectivity to read the cards and relay the messages as they're meant to be. Okay, it's a little different, little 6-card spread here. So Libra, how are the scales going for you? They're going pretty good. Everything is balancing out. This new moon's pretty good. Okay. The sun in reverse. So Libra, what's going on with the sun in reverse here? Why do you feel like your vitality is a little down right now? So I guess the scales aren't so balanced, right? Okay, shooting out. Okay. So we have the 2 of discs in reverse. So Libra, you're waiting on something, aren't you? Are you waiting on things being balanced more in your life? But then you kind of are saying to yourself, how can I wait for things being balanced in my life? Okay, the Queen of Wands. I'm sorry. Yeah, the Queen of Wands, I apologize. In reverse as well. So you're probably saying to yourself, how can I be waiting on something if my vitality is down? So, or how is that going to work? Well, I mean, you must ask yourself, you know, what it is that are you waiting on? Are you waiting on maybe some creative energy coming into your life, Libra? Because I kind of feel like that's what's going on. I kind of feel like you're a little off balance, a little off kilter, because you feel like there isn't anything moving in your life right now. Or things aren't really coming to pass in terms of movement and how to move forward with whatever situation is going on. 7 of Swords here. But Libra, you know, you have to create that environment, though, Libra, for yourself. 9 of Discs, also 9 of Pentacles. You must create that creative energy, or you must maintain it and create that environment where creative energy is allowed to come in. Your last card, Libra, the Devil. Okay. Because I feel, Libra, that within this spread, that since you're not creating an environment where creativity can come in and creativity can present itself, what makes you really think, that those opportunities are going to come through, or that they're going to shine through, and they're going to create the viability that you want if we don't create that passage for them. The Queen of Wands here is, since it's in reverse, it's someone who, like I said, is not creating that environment and not maintaining that environment for the creativity to come through. Also, the Queen of Wands in reverse represents someone, it can be a man or a woman, in this case we'll say woman, who doesn't allow it, and who kind of uses their power in terms of creativity to fend off or to push away those possibilities of coming through. And I feel, Libra, like with your sun in reverse here, that your vitality isn't there right now. And when you don't create that space, there's no way that those things are going to come in. And since you're waiting for that balance, and you're waiting for those possibilities to shine through, they're not going to get through if you don't allow them to come through. And I feel, Libra, like whatever it is that's binding you or bounding you down, like the devil here, you're going to have to really get that in check, because that's the one thing that's not, it's preventing all of this endless possibility to come through. And the Seven of Swords here is a reminder of, you need to investigate, okay, in terms of, I'm not saying other people, but it can involve other people as well. But I feel like you need to investigate what it is that's keeping you bound, that's keeping all of these new ideas and these fresh, new creative ventures from not coming in, Libra. And with the Nine of Discs here, it's reminding you that you're almost there, and completion is amidst. It's in the future. It really is. And I kind of see that you are going to come out of this period of allowing what it is that's binding you and bounding you down. You're going to need to release it. And I feel like you're almost there, but you're going to have to investigate, Libra. You're going to have to see what it is that's keeping you there. Because I feel, Libra, like a lot of this is, they're self-fulfilling prophecies. You're allowing these things to keep you down, and you're allowing these things to prevent new things from coming in. And since this is a general reading, it's kind of hard to maybe put my finger exactly on what it is. But I feel like a lot of it has to do with maybe power of other people. You feel like other people are holding you down a little bit. And I kind of feel like because of these things or these people or whatever it is that's going on, that's keeping you bound, you feel like you're kind of needing to rush at them, or you feel the need to defend yourself, which is okay. We must always defend ourselves, yes. But I feel like I'm getting this feeling, Libra, that you're putting yourself in this situation or in these situations that are causing you to defend yourself. And I feel like these situations that you're putting yourself in is manifesting as the devil. It's manifesting as, why are you putting yourself in these situations that, prevent you from moving forward? Why are you choosing to entertain these people or these things or substance or whatever the case may be? You're indulging in it, and it's working against you. It's adversely affecting you. But I feel like in the order, as the Seven of Swords and then the Nine of Discs and then the Devil, it's going to be that investigation. That's where it's going to first start. Okay? And that's where your vitality, which is the sun, is going to turn around. And then it's going to be upright. Because once you investigate, then the Seven of Swords can then be in reverse. Because you found the source, right? Then your Two of Discs can then turn around the other way. Because you're no longer waiting on something, maybe per se, you found it. what's binding you and bounding you and keeping you down towards this new creative venture. Because I really feel, Libra, that whatever it is that's keeping you bound, it's really throwing you off of your element. But I feel like a lot of this is kind of, you're bringing it upon yourself a little bit. Now, don't take this in the wrong way. I'm just trying to help you here, but you need to stop that. You need to stop touching the stove. I said this kind of time and time again with a lot of your readings. It's stop touching the stove and then crying about it when you get burned. We have to release these things that are coming into our lives, or that let me renege on that. We must not allow these things to come into our lives, because when we allow it, that's when we need, or we have the ambition or the need to fend it off. Now, why are we having to fend it off? Why do we allow it in? That's the first step, Libra. It's the recognition as to why we're allowing this improper communication. Because I feel like that's what the Seven of Swords is. It's investigation in terms of communication. Are you communicating things that are not maybe communicating things in terms of, they're not communicative in terms of like, sorry, I'm trying to put this into words, but you're not speaking to these people properly or these situations properly, to where there's not a positive or a viable understanding as to what you allow and what you don't allow. That's what I'm trying to say here. And because of this, you're allowing these things to come in. But I feel like a lot of it has to do with the way that you're communicating with people. And maybe you're letting things slide, and you're letting things kind of just, you're trying to be the proper one and trying to be the one that's like, okay, we're just going to, I'm just going to try and be the good guy here. But look what it's doing to you, though, Libra. It's creating a lot of imbalance in your life. And sometimes you can't always be the good guy. You're going to have to be that person that's just going to have to just say, you know what, I'm done. And I'm no longer going to allow this into my life. And I'm no longer going to be bound to this situation, because I'm choosing to leave it. Because the Queen of Wands in reverse below the devil is showing that the devil is pushing down on you. I feel like the Queen of Wands is your energy within this reading, but you're in reverse. It's causing you to be irrational. It's causing you to be forceful. But you can't be upset if you're allowing it. You have to really just speak your truth, communicate properly, and say, I'm no longer going to allow this. And therefore, then you can create that positivity within your life, where the Nine of Discs can then let you know that there's a conclusion that's coming up, and you can lay that foundation of, of proper viability in terms of your career, in terms of your money, in terms of your household, in terms of having a happy home, in terms of having those things that you really do want and you are acquiring. But this guy over here, he's preventing you from completely gaining it, so that it becomes the 10 of discs. You're almost there, and I can see it, but you're going to have to push forward, and you're going to have to tell these people or these things, I'm no longer going to allow this. But it starts with the way that you communicate, given that there's swords. It's communication, Libra. That's what it's all about. But you can't, I'm also picking up on, you can't renege on the things that you say and the things that you implement, and then the things that you really do mean. You have to stick to it. It's different from just saying it, because anyone can say it, but are you going to stick to it? That's the thing. You can't give in. You're going to have to stay strong, and you're going to have to say, enough is enough. I'm done. If you need to blacklist that person on your text messages, if you have to put that person on the do not call, do not call list, ignore call, black call, whatever the case may be, whatever your phone settings are, put that person on that list. Because if you don't, they're going to continue to come back, because you're allowing it to happen. You can't be upset at how it turns out for you, Libra. Okay? You're almost there. You're almost creating it, okay? I can see it. I feel like the Two of Discs here is, when it's in reverse, it's not really waiting. It's just going along with it. But you need to not go along with the bullshit anymore. You have to pick up and you have to just make a definitive decision, and you're going to have to decide, I'm not going to do it anymore. Okay, Libra? So short and sweet. Yeah, so like I said, go ahead and take advantage of that little special I have going on right now. Check the description box, and you can do this, Libra. I can see it. You're almost there. Pull through, okay? So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the spread. We're here for the new moon in Gemini. Aquarius, Aquarius, the water barriers, what's going on? Okay, so I'd like to take this time to thank you guys for all of the likes and the shares and subscribes, and you know, our channel's growing, and it's a great thing, right? We're here to create this space for ourselves. We can all grow as individuals, and I really do appreciate it, guys. And everything's growing a lot faster and, you know, quick. And I didn't think that it was going to be this quick, but I do appreciate you guys. It's been great, you know. Yeah. Even though, you know, sometimes the readings aren't so favorable. Once again, I'm just a conduit, you know. Just relay the messages as to what Spirit leads or needs you all to understand or to know. And it has really nothing to do with me, with the objectivity. I just try to, you know, release the messages that are there. But back to what I was saying about really appreciating everything, guys. I really do. And yeah, our channel is growing. It's a great thing. Really appreciate it. It's wonderful. Also, go ahead and take advantage of the little special I still have going on until June. The XoXo Special. It's a pretty good little deal going on. Got a couple bookings. So yeah, go ahead and book yours and gain some clarity. Remember, it's a personal reading, so it's a little bit more geared towards you and the situation at hand. So yeah, visit the description box, and I'll provide a little link to my website. And yeah, get you started and book your time and go through PayPal and all that good stuff. And yeah, we'll get you started. One more shuffle here, and then we'll get started on your spread for the new moon in Gemini. Guardian angels of love and light, ancestors lost and known in the seas of time, please intercede into this reading to provide Aquarius with the clarity and direction as to which he or she seeks, and please grant me, the reader, the objectivity to read the cards and relay the messages as they're meant to be. Okay, Aquarius. So what's going on with you guys? Okay, right away. The Three of Discs. So, oh, sorry, Three of Discs in reverse. I apologize. So you guys are waiting on or planning on starting something maybe new, or you guys are getting or having the initial achievement of balance, right? Trying to balance everything out. Like, I see that a lot right now for you guys, trying to just balance work, home life situations, family, girlfriend, boyfriend, sister, brother, aunt, uncle, the whole works, right? Just trying to maybe make everybody happy, or trying to come to, you know, a medium somewhere. You know, Aquarius. And I feel like it's been Page of Discs in reverse. I'm starting to see a lot of earth energy here. You may have some earth in your chart, or you may have like an earth moon, or maybe an earth rising, something like that. But I am kind of feeling a lot of earth energy here. Maybe you could be dealing with people who are a lot of earth individuals around you. It's the Page of Discs in reverse. Oh, all right. The Ten of Swords here. Okay, Aquarius, what's going on? Kind of picking up, Aquarius, that this thing that you're trying to manifest and the manner as to which you're going maybe about it is maybe causing a lot of heartbreak for you. It's causing a lot of maybe feeling like your feelings are being put on the back burner when you're trying to put others' feelings first. But we must remember, Aquarius, that when we ever, or upon doing so, putting other people's, feelings or wants first, our feelings are going to be put on the back burner automatically. Knight of Wands. And that's just what comes with, sacrifice, or what comes with putting people before us. And we can't be upset at that. This card wanted to come out. I'm going to take it. Page of Swords in reverse. It's funny, right above the Page of Discs in reverse as well. One more card here. So, back to what I was saying about putting our feelings on the back burner. When that happens, that comes with it. The Lovers in reverse as well. A lot of reversals here. Sorry, the glare, guys. I apologize. So, yeah. So we must remember, when we do help other people out, we have to remember that automatically, Aquarius, your feelings are going to be put on the back burner up to a certain point. Now, I'm not speaking about not expecting or wanting reciprocity. That's not what it is. But I feel like from the spread here, that maybe the manner as to which you're going about it may not be the best in terms of the healthiest way maybe for yourself as well as for other people. Because the Page of Discs in reverse here, the page is someone who is, they're initiators, of activities, or initiators of trying to understand something. They want to start something because they're in the midst of, like I said, understanding and grasping the concept of it. And since we have the Page of Swords here as well in reverse, I feel like a lot of it maybe is the communication. Maybe not necessarily from you, but it can be maybe from the other person, or maybe it is, coming from you, where the proper initiation in terms of how we're communicating with other people and how we then want to build or initiate our understanding of how to lay the foundation down and how to communicate how we want to lay that foundation down with other people or with the circumstance at hand for you. I feel like there's a lot of mistakes in terms of the communication. And I feel like it's causing you to come in abruptly, and it's causing maybe either you or the other person to come in with force in a sense. And it's causing, since the Knight of Wands here, it's causing a lot of upheaval. And I feel like a lot of it has to do with the communication and with knowing when to properly say something, or when to initiate the conversation, when to start to maybe say, okay, you know what, I need to pull back, or you know what, I need to maybe just push a little bit more. I'm getting that feeling I'm getting that feeling a lot from this spread here. I feel like the timing is a little bit off, and there's nothing wrong with that. The Three of Discs here also, when it's in reverse, it means not properly working with people, and people not really necessarily being on the same page. People not working together to, attain a common goal. And it's funny how it's the Three of Discs in reverse, and then the Ten of Swords is upright, and then the Knight of Wands is upright. I feel like a lot of the miscommunication and a lot of trying to lay that proper foundation down and keeping or starting that that foundation of how to lay it down properly, it's off right now. and it's causing a lot of pain, with you yourself. And I feel like in turn, because of the lot of pain that it's causing you, and that you're having to, deal with all of these swords in your back when you're really just trying to help, it's causing you to come in abruptly, and it's causing you to, pursue that conquest of maybe possibly not communicating properly. Because look at this, the Three of Discs in reverse, okay? Not working properly with other people. It may not necessarily from you, but also could be from the second party or the third party, given the three. The proper foundation isn't being laid down. The initiation of it is not being laid properly down. Then it's causing frustration, and it's causing a lot of maybe backlash. It's causing a lot of maybe words to be thrown about. The communication terms it's getting lost in translation, and then it's what it's doing is it's needing, or it's insisting, how can I say, it's insisting improper balance, and also it's kind of it's just throwing things out of whack. I feel like this person doesn't understand this person. Things are not being communicated properly. Maybe certain people aren't maybe being particularly honest maybe with how their, or what their goal is at the end of the day. There's a lot of confusion that's coming, and the Ten of Swords is needing rest, and it's needing that time just to take all those swords out of your back or their back and really reevaluate everything. Okay, it's just like a rebirth in a sense, because you're going to take all those swords out, and then because of being in that affliction and being in that inflictive state, it's then causing maybe you or the other people to rush in and say, hold on, I'm going to do this, or we're going to do this. And then it causes that frustration. It causes the upheaval. And then with the Page of Swords in reverse here, the beginning of communicating properly is not actually coming to fruition. The communication is off because the foundation isn't being laid properly. The affliction and infliction is a little bit too much for people to bear. It's bringing up that sense of the clash of wills. Let me say that. That's kind of where I'm going, where I'm going with it. The clash of wills is causing the communication to be abrupt, and it's causing the communication to not actually be viable. It's causing it to, bump heads. I feel like that's kind of what it is. And it's also causing the Lover's card in reverse here. I'm kind of looking at it as more of a relationship with other people, and it can be a relationship with, you and your significant other, or maybe with someone that you're interested in. But I feel like with the Lovers in reverse here, it's kind of the love of the group. In terms of the Three of Discs here as well, whoever is involved, the love is not there anymore, because I feel like it's the clash of wills. There's a lack of understanding as to what's going on and how we're going to move forward, and things are getting lost in translation. So I feel like we maybe in your situation you need to maybe take a step back, see what's going on. Let's hear everyone out. Let's let everyone speak their, their truths, and see where the errors are being implemented and where the errors are actually happening. Because I feel like people are speaking to each other, they're not listening to each other. I feel like that's really big in this spread. I'm getting that, it's more of, I'm talking to you, you need to listen to me. And then oh, hell no, you don't speak to me like that. And just all of that is kind of coming, it's coming up. I really do feel like that's a lot of what's going on here. It's creating I see a lot of upheaval. I see a lot of clash of wills, a lot of tension being built up from the situation that's at hand. So I do advise that just, take a step back, look at everything, maybe take a break as to how you're moving forward with people, or how you are going about your business, and how you're going about pursuing what it is that you want to pursue. But take a step back, like I said, look at everything from an objective point of view. Take all those swords out, take a rest, and then come at it again with a new and refreshed mindset and with an objectivity. Okay, Aquarius, it's kind of what I'm getting from the little spread here. Maybe this new moon will shed light upon that. This is something to change, because that's what a new moon's all about, turning over a fresh leaf. Maybe sometimes you need to, like I said, take a step back and look at things from an objective point of view. Okay, all right, Aquarius, hope you enjoyed your little spread here. Check the description box. Go and book your little private reading for a pretty good deal. Okay, and I'll see you guys next time.